International credit rating agencies Fitch and Standard Poor will announce their latest assessment of South Africa's credit worthiness tomorrow. Fitch currently ranks South African debt at the second lowest investment grade with a negative outlook. The ratings company last week said government finances were moving closer to those of junk-rated peers.
2015 will be an expensive year for South Africa. Rising spending requirements are being hampered by rising debt levels. As a result, ratings agencies look set to cut their ratings for our ability to pay back foreign currency debt. The finance minister made an effort during his midterm budget speech earlier this year to show that government can cut down on spending. But ratings agency Fitch was not convinced. A few days later, they cut South Africa's ratings outlook to negative. And a few weeks after that, Fitch warned again that South Africa is sailing very close to the edge.
South Africa's rating was generally perceived in a negative way, although there were some positive comments associated with it as well. Essentially, it's saying the debt metrics are not looking as good as they used to be, structural issues, problems in South Africa. It's relevant because Fitch has us on negative rating watch. In other words, they are possibly going to downgrade us.
A weak economy has led to lower tax revenues, and now government spending outstrips government earnings. If South Africa's credit ratings lose their investment grade status, global pension funds may be forced to sell off South African bonds, and this could lead to capital flight. At least for the moment, a downgrade by Fitch will leave us still within the investment grade category.
At this stage, Fitch has us on a BBB rating, so it's possible they downgrade us to BBB minus. At BBB minus, we would still be investment grade, but only one notch above non-investment grade, which obviously is a concern, but it's still fundamentally investment grade.
Analysts say that at least the private sector will keep money coming into South Africa.
In South Africa, these listed businesses are safe, they're liquid. You know, the JSE has a great reputation. So I think for a lot of foreign investors, there certainly is an allure to investing in a lot of South African businesses. But in general, there certainly are headwinds.
And even though the rand will come under more pressure with any downgrades, money will still flow to listed shares.
In terms of the rand, if you compare the rand to many other developing market currencies, I mean, Russia has its own issues, so does India, Brazil as well. But in general, we haven't exactly underperformed them. So it's more a developing market trend, these recent move in currencies. It's not necessarily what's happening with Eskom. A lot of our listed businesses and pushing more and more are investing offshore and creating natural rand hedges and following where they see that kind of growth. So I think the equity market is going to be just fine because of that specific reason.
Either way, South Africa's government needs more tax revenues to pay its debts. It can increase taxes, but companies and consumers are already cash-strapped. So the only real choice to avoid further credit downgrades is to get economic growth going again. Gunther Deutsch, SABC News.